Like, that's all you need. You just need Jeopardy.
Deutschland, Deutschland, überall.
Alright, fuck. Let's get on with this because we saw the fucking tweet that apparently Bash has united every single title for himself. We fucking called this shit from day one when he first joined the fucking server back.
Why does he
in like 2020.
Why does he only have like a lens in one side of his sunglasses?
Because he's a fucking nerd.
I don't know, maybe he's a bit more light sensitive on his other eye. I don't fucking know.
Is it like the modern day eye patch? Is that what he's, maybe it relates back to his pirate days.
Well,
he's copying fucking Nero from All Out here with the glasses.
Hey, he knows for a fact you can't punch a guy with glasses. Okay, so he's trying to use that to defend himself. Okay. Fucking well, so much for that fucking black lens.
It's just 2K being a shitty game.
What's new?
Perfectly.
I saw the glasses.
I don't know what you're talking about. Perfectly made.
What was that?
I don't know. Needs more purple.
It's like super transition lenses.
And
then he just moves through the fucking ropes like spaghetti.
like a snake, dude. Like a slug.
Those slimy snakes.
3,172. 3,172.
Days without sex.
3,172 is the amount of people who were live in attendance to witness the FaM Royal Rumble.
Sitting in front of your computer is now considered attendance. Okay. that's not how that works, Bash.
I mean, what if we're gonna? I mean, if we're gonna pull bullshit numbers like that, 10,475 were how many that were there in spirit?
I don't think.
Why are you not just saying 3,000 and how many ever people were there just watching it live? Just say that.
Because he's fucking gotta feed his ego.
It's the same stupid line as when Virgil said the locker room. You know.
The locker room.
So here's the thing. There is exactly zero people currently watching this live stream. But 0 real people is a lot better than 3,175 fake people, okay? Along with your fucking 120,000 bots that you fucking use on your videos, dude.
And half of these people will comment under your videos saying, "Can I join FaM?"
Yeah, can I join? Come on, let me join.
If you want to talk about real numbers, let's talk about the 8 casual streamers or viewers that go to his stream when he does stream.
Okay.
Record-breaking number. The type of number that FaM or, God forbid, Unite haven't seen in years.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, I think that kind of makes sense, seeing that Unite's been gone since 2019.
Listen how salty he is. You could taste it. Taste that? I need a glass of water. It's so fucking salty.
Do you want to know why that is? You want to know the one common denominator between FaM's failure and FaM's
If I remember correctly, Jam did only like 400 people every live stream or something like that. So
he's so proud of it.
That wasn't really successful at all. And whose project was that again? Forgot.
Cam, you're proud of drawing an audience. A bunch of fucking call faggots.
Fucking hell, dude.
Know the one common denominator between FaM's failure and FaM's success? Me. Of course it's me.
Yeah.
All you have to do
The
is
whole
look at
time.
evidence.
The main failure.
Press that fucking render button like nobody's business.
I don't know why everyone's leaving.
I mean, if you have to reach out to people like to Sean Walton to record your stuff, I mean, there's really not a lot of people left anymore.
Success? Me. Of course it's me. All you have to do is look at the evidence to prove it to yourself, and if you try to say anything else, you're simply delusional. People came in droves.
Yeah, I'm the one that bored all the bots.
Are we
Right.
really now doing this again? Just saying, "Oh, what
Please.
happened before?" This is now
Please,
every
I
time
hope,
he cuts a
I hope
promo,
he
he does
mentions
this.
me. I hope he mentions me because I was actually
Nah, he
re-
will not. He will not name. Well, he will not say
he
your
won't
name.
he won't
will just
name
say, "Oh,
names.
the former people." Again,
I remember I was actually like a week ago I rewatched that recording of you and Bash having that call and that, and I just loved it how like Bash just was like Yuri, Octo, you guys were fine. Omega was just I just couldn't talk to him.
You were already mentioned, okay? He talked about the looming threat.
A moment in the sun.
Well, it's me, DNA, and Kingdom. That's always
Nice fucking,
always the three.
fucking the faction known as DNA and Friends.
Yeah.
DNA and Co.
Okay.
Else, you're simply delusional. People came in droves not to witness the quote-unquote legendary FAM Royal Rumble match. No, they came to see the greatest world champion of their generation defend his title against insurmountable odds as, once again, the corrupt system.
I really hope there are not many generations to come with Carl.
There won't be. Everybody's a trans.
Challenger out of his ass in the Emperor status. Someone who was incredibly difficult to research and prepare for, but it turns out the ass of our general manager was bigger than I thought. Because who came strolling out on
What?
the night to make our match a triple threat? None other than Clown Boy number 2, J2F. Clown Boy number 1, of course, being his good friend Guns. As we all know, this pair of idiots made it so they couldn't compete for the FAM World title for 5 and 6 years respectively, and despite actually making it through
Great
all
job,
of those years,
2K.
I
Great
was
job.
the man on the other side
Those
of that
sunglasses
door,
look
making
so much like sunglasses. You've done a phenomenal job. Your graphics are top tier. All right, no glitches whatsoever. Those not glitches. Those are features.
sure their dreams didn't come true. And as for you, Status, I gotta give it to you. You're good. But while I hold this title, it's not your time, pal. I suggest you plan your next course of action from here very, very carefully. Choose your side wisely.
So I guess these are supposed to be sunglasses and not actual glasses because he looks like such a giant dork with those
Yes.
glasses.
It's Bash's real personality bleeding through his claw.
Oh.
No, well, that and you need piercings too. So like, first you need the piercings, and then you need him to be like out of a job, but then he has to fucking do a strike and all that sort of shit
know he
for
needs-
it to
he needs to have-
really be cool.
I mean, he needs to have tentacles.
Look like a squid.
Are we going to see Pride Flag armbands during June? Pretty sure we will.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. I guarantee it.
Was the FAM Royal Rumble. From here, we look forward to the future. We look forward to FAMniversary 5.
You can see the
When the night
future.
of February 11th, 2023 drew to an end, I was fairly certain that I knew who I would be facing come the grandest stage of them all. But it
Yeah,
turns
because you're
out
booking it.
this road is going to have a few unexpected bumps along the way, the first of which comes tomorrow night, when Sean Nova puts his FAMniversary opportunity on the line against a man, and in a match that has escaped them both their entire careers, two twisted murder.
Ah, we see how they're gonna
The
fuck
history
Nova
between
this
these
time.
two men is vast and wide, spanning
it's like a-
many
it's a-
years
it's
and
an FAM
multiple
tradition
eras
at this
of FAM.
point.
And I've had my fair share of run-ins with the both of them. Sean Nova. The first time I ever met this man was a decade ago. Outside of FAM,
When he
on a
yelled at you.
No,
on
no,
Skype
no,
call.
no, 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 no.
NGC Downfall X. I'm sure you're all familiar with what happened on this night.
No,
Nope.
nobody knows what
No, no.
Nobody's ever heard of it.
Because not everyone lives in the past like you, and 10 years ago, a lot of the fans could have been like not even born.
This is when people on AW say stuff about what happened in Ring of Honor 10 years prior. Nobody knows.
You remember what happened in
Besides the hardcore fans, maybe.
like you remember what happened in the Greenbow Center 1972, don't you, Octo?
Absolutely. Killer Kowalski defeated Adolf Hitler or something. In a loser leaves Argentina match.
Not rested for the last 10 years and will continue to not rest until the same fate is brought over FAM. But Nova presented himself as a shining light that night, as he tried to use the money that he won from OTP to purchase NGC from BH so that he could keep it running when BH refused. Nova had came to me, man to man, to tell me about this plan, giving me his word that he not only wanted the best for the people of NGC, but that he believed in the vision. Well, if you believed in that vision so much, why then, come 1 year later, after you had been fired from FAM, did you attack me from behind with a lead pipe and steal my #1 entrant in the 2014 FAM Royal Rumble match?
Because you're gone, you fucking idiot.
Because Cam, this is all fucking retcon. That's why. That's why you did it. Because you retconned it to happen. Okay, none of that ever actually happened. None of that was planned.
I don't know, like why did the deer fucking or why did Darren lose to Nova in fucking 5 minutes or whatever it was?
I just like that FAM storylines are always driven by what happened like 10 years prior.
Yeah.
It's all retcon. It's all just hidden details that didn't actually happen.
Like every future storyline for FAM somehow originates a time before the last thing we know about FAM.
I mean, hell, DNA. Why did you steal my briefcase? What the fuck?
I understand the cause of like origin stories and shit, but like it's like everyone has an origin story. Everything happens like 10 years prior that then culminates to nowadays storylines somehow.
10 years ago, Havoc was holding he was holding hostage that fucking third match from Whoopi. All right.
Where's the video, Havoc?
Cut a promo crying about
that video will
Stigma
never
taking
come.
Your girl, and the rest, as they say, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what? Who saw what?
Go back. Go.
Yeah, that's why you cunts need to shut the fuck up and just listen.
Shut the fuck up, Ozzy.
And steal my #1 entrant in the 2014 FAM
Number
Royal
one.
Rumble match.
He's crying, man.
It all began for you, Nova. You stole my opportunity, cut a promo crying about Stigma taking your girl, and the rest, as they say,
really?
I've got a story about that.
Yeah, you're bringing that up.
So apparently,
Never heard about this.
So apparently, Nova was fucking simping for some girl, and he even bought her like a championship belt.
What the fuck, dude?
She was dating Stigma at the time.
And who is supposed to know that?
Only people,
Who?
only people from 10 years ago who were behind who were behind the scenes at the top tier. All right, it was me, BH, and fucking Rom.
Right.
What
really
an audience Bash is trying to please with this fucking comment.
I really hope I really hope Nova did not know this. That Bash was gonna mention this shit.
Actually, we made a fake Twitter account, and we made a tweet that like tagged like 4 people in it, and it was brutal. It was fucking brutal.
Tagged 4 people. It was brutal.
I don't remember who. I don't even remember who it was that was involved in the tweet. Who I tagged, but this was like on a fake Twitter account, and fucking BH lost it. He was laughing his ass off.
But without that backstab, without that betrayal, without you doing exactly what you
Get it? Betrayal.
for, none of this happens. You don't become a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. This stupid, often imitated, never eliminated catchphrase doesn't become a thing. Nova versus 2TM isn't a dream match. Everything good about you is spawned from the very same type of act that you've spent the last 10 years telling all of us that you despise. You're a f***ing hypocrite.
Oh, that's rich.
What an edgy boy.
4 years later, when AWOL came to rise, I had forgiven you. I forgave you because you once again promised me that we were on the same page for the
Well, then
greater
your
good
character's
of the
an idiot.
people of FAM. But just like the first time, it was all a lie, and you betrayed me again at Cyber Fan Day 2018. You may look at this and think the main takeaway is that Bash is a fool for trusting Nova more than once, which, believe me folks, I am. But to me, the main takeaway from this is that this is yet another example of Nova doing the exact same thing that he has spent a decade condemning 2TM for. Speaking of 2TM, Merc,
Do in
Lewis,
2018.
do you mind if I call you that?
Yeah, do you mind tomato?
Lewis.
Like, come on, Bash. You had no problem spilling the fucking beans on the stigma thing, so why not fucking spill the beans on what happened in 2018? Come on, do it.
I mean, let's just talk all kinds of shit. Why don't we?
Here's your address, your social credit number.
Let's just dox you.
Here's your password.
Then at the end of it, just do tomato. Fuck.
Hooking up some good shit with Walton.
Merc, Lewis,
Who lives at
Ooh,
23rd Street?
Pipe
fucking
bomb using his real name.
The way he says it, wearing those glasses, it sounds like he's his grandmother. Merc, Lewis. I'm going to bed now. My heart is broken.
What are you from, like 1866?
That you're wasting all your life behind that computer.
Mark, Lewis, how many times have I told you that you have to stay away from the TV? Go hang out with some friends.
Merc, I can no longer be in here. The radio is talking to me.
Oh, fuck. Continue.
do you mind if I call you that? I feel like
No.
we're on that level now, you know?
Oh, you're on
Because there's
that
a lot
level.
of
First
history
name
there between
basis.
us as well. We also met for the first time back in 2013, as you know, based on the footage I showed everybody last night. And back then, just like Nova, I believed that you were a man that could be trusted. Sure, you had your flaws, but while I
Back
was
then, 10
taking
years
the
ago, when I was
fight to
18.
forces of FAM from the sidelines, you were there, front and center, taking the fight directly to BH himself. We were brothers in arms. We just didn't
Fucking
know
hell.
it. But unfortunately, you just got too close to the source of FAM's darkness, and that in turn started to corrupt you. And before we knew it, you and the man you once fought against in epic wars were suddenly indistinguishable from each other. I knew at that point it was only a matter of
There we
time
go.
before our paths would cross. And so they did. Twice. Once when I cashed in my money in the bank on you at FAM Pandora
Jesus.
to become
Yak,
the
yak,
FAM
yak,
World
yak,
Champion
yak.
for the very first time, and then again in our rematch at the 2017 Royal Rumble. Our battles were legendary and will go down in history as a true turning point in FAM. But you and I
Yeah,
both
when the
know
fucking
that
ratings
wasn't the last
dropped out.
time that you and me had a conversation. I'm sorry that I have to expose you 2 days in a row, but in order for all of us to move on, the truth needs to come out.
Holy shit. That's not how it works.
The unbroken truth, the untold story.
Listen here, Omega. I know we fought about a fucking, game we played fucking 2 years ago when we just met.
Cam,
But,
here's my question.
in order to discuss things flat,
Here's my
I
question.
gotta expose your name.
Here's my question, Cam. Are you going to allow Merc or Nova to come out and say some personal shit about you? Or is this just going to be the camera bash fucking how low can you go show?
You know the answer, DNA.
Anyone, why I called AWOL what I called it.
I wonder why people are leaving.
You would pay attention. I named our uprising after the same thing you named your uprising when you tried to take on FAM back in 2011. It was not only
What?
in honor of what you had done, but it was to open up that line of dialogue between us, which led to many conversations over the months between Famniversary 4 and Cyber Fan Day 2018. If AWOL hadn't have died when it did, it wouldn't have been long before you once again stabbed your friends in the back in favor of a new cause, only that time for once in your life, it would have actually been the right decision. When Nova left me for dead,
So,
everyone
what's
else
this
had
promo
surrounded
all about? He's just cutting a promo on both Nova and 2TM who are having a match against each other, and he's just making both of them look like idiots?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to watch this match?
Great
what
way
is
to-
the reason for it?
Because it's FAM. Okay, fall in line.
Oh, here's this Nova guy who lost a girl to this other guy here is an FAM, and then there's 2TM who
So-
their people in the back all the time.
On one hand,
Now watch the match, please.
on one hand, we have Nova the cuck. Okay, on the other hand, we have Merc the backstabber. Aren't you interested in seeing them fight?
Yeah,
I'm the good guy. I'm the one exposing. all this.
shut up and
Don't
take my
you-
money. I don't get it.
Fucking
Could
hell,
you,
dude.
could you imagine Vince McMahon just fucking telling everyone who Kane and Undertaker's real names are? The Undertaker. Listen here, Mark.
Glenn? That's gotta be Glenn! Oh my god.
the ring. You could have been there. You could have put a stop to all of it. But you didn't. At the one time in your life where the right choice was staring you right in the face. What? You suddenly decide to grow some sort of conscience? Was that the moment, Lewis? Was the pressure I put on your shoulders the thing that caused you to snap and seek guidance in a higher power?
Doing all the
Yeah,
work.
like that's a real thing. This is an impressive long game that you've been playing. But I get the feeling
Fedora
that tomorrow
tipping
night,
abound.
the mask will begin to slip, and that darkness you claim so adamantly is suppressed is going to be revealed as being right in front of us this entire time. Whatever happens tomorrow night, I've got beef to settle with both of these men. But let's just get one thing straight right now. We're not having another repeat of what happened at the Rumble. You hear me, Rumbuster? No triple
Which one?
threats. I ain't gonna be a dumbass and call some sort of double DQ tomorrow night, thinking it's going to result in me not having to face anyone. I'm not an idiot. So if 2TM and
Well,
Nova
it's gonna
have
happen.
come to a decision like that on their own accord, sort it out amongst yourselves.
You just admitted
Because
that you
if at
trusted the
any
guy
point
again who
you
backstabbed
try and
you.
make it so I have to face more than one person at FAMniversary,
Even if this is character
I
talk, but still.
promise you, I will not show up, and you will never see this FAM World Championship
So I will quit.
again.
I will
And that
ruin the
leads
show
me
that
quite
I'm actively
nicely into
trying
the
to
main
fucking
reason I
make
came
better.
out here tonight.
Just come out to Call of Personality
here-
next bash, why not?
To give a State of the Champions address.
Go full
I
CM
feel
Punk
that
here.
following on from the Royal Rumble, it is important to evaluate where we are at. After all, we wouldn't want to leave any stone unturned and leave ourselves in a similar situation to that of AWOL, now would we? To begin, let's
That
start
you
with
are in
the
fucking
victors.
charge of?
The queen of our family, the wicked one, Elle. Despite having the deck of cards stacked against her in the Diamonds Rumble match, managed to shock the world and leave that cluster still with the FAM Diamonds Championship around her waist. If there was any doubt about whether or not she deserved to be in possession of this championship, that has now officially been laid to rest. Elle,
Just sipping over.
congratulations. Just like me, you are a shining example of what this family should be. Unfortunately, folks, that is where the good news ends. And before we move on to this next part, I would like to invite Ben McKenzie, Luke Monet, and OTP out onto the stage. And please, leave the titles backstage.
Oh boy.
Well, the title of the video already gave it away what he's going to do here, so...
Gentlemen, at the FAM Royal Rumble, you were given the simplest of tasks. Unlike me and Elle, you were not required to defend your titles.
Quickie
What the fuck? Why does one have a Quick E-Mart shirt?
Because he's a fucking joke.
Who's that again? Forgot.
An
Ben
alchemist.
McKenzie.
Oh, fucking yeah. That.
Who?
Ben McKenzie. The pirate
see.
guy.
All you had to do was make sure one member of the family won the Royal Rumble match. Just one. Didn't directly need to be any of you. It could have been anyone in the entire family. Then please tell me.
Grandma.
Which is
Grandma
good.
could have won the fucking Rumble, and he would have been happy.
Entire family. Then please tell me, if that was your task, if that is what you were told to do, why didn't it happen? Please.
Because you
explain
booked
to me
this shit.
Why Sean Nova won the Rumble. Ben,
Motherfucker, you ain't
UTP
Thanos.
can
Alright, you're not Thanos. You don't just command it to happen and it fucking happens. That's not how this works.
I also like that OTP and what's that guy from the Mafia called again? That little guy, Tony something, little Tony, big Tony, whatever. They're literally having the same outfit.
Omega.
I literally thought the same thing when I saw
I
it.
could not tell OTP and Big Tony apart.
Omega,
why
I
you
told
were
Omega, I told you to put a pew pew in your mouth and get triggered. How come that hasn't happened?
Oh, sorry, I've been checking on my phone.
I'm
This
so
FaM Pro has bored Omega to death.
I'm so fucking bored with this. I went on. I just...
I would rather check out what stupid stuff has been written on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through Twitter right now. Sorry.
It's okay, Omega. After this call, you can go on YouPorn. Concentrate, for fuck's sakes.
Fuck, do I
Dude,
have
just
to?
do this. Just do the
Yes.
fucking simplest
See,
task.
it's the thing, right? Like, this is the thing.
You have
right?
one job, Omega.
Me-
One fucking job.
Right, the thing is, right, you boys fucking troll me and that when it comes to, like, my obsession with Ring of Valiance. But the difference is here, right? Ring of Valiance could be 4 hours long, but every single second is so retarded, it's at least entertaining. While with this, it's
Well,
just
the pro part.
it's, yeah, well, yeah, for that. But, like, even some of the commentary, I mean, fuck. Oof, that's
How many
juicy.
baseball bats are there used?
but with fucking this, right? It's like I'm just hearing words and I can't understand.
No one does.
Like
But that's the fun part to talk about that stupid stuff.
Cameron Bash talking, right? Reminds me of the classic stereotype of like an Alzheimer's patient constantly telling their story, and then as soon as they finish talking, they've forgotten they've told their story, so they have to repeat themselves.
Yeah.
That's
like,
what I feel like.
No,
So
but
he's
what
like,
he's doing here.
so he's like Abe Simpson then.
Yeah, basically. Like,
What he's doing here, though, is pretty much the cliche of like wrestling promos in the last 20 years or so. I just come out and I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk for like 10 minutes about stuff that no one, or like more than half of it, no one could care about. You know, the fucking insider stories with Sean Nova. Who cares?
yeah,
Tomato,
like
tomato.
this is literally what
This is a
Paul-
Triple H style promo here. 20
This-
minutes.
Can't,
This is literally what Paul Heyman said not to do when it comes to doing shoot promos. You don't do a Vince Russo and just say, "Hey, I know your real name and I know that you do this behind the scenes. I gotcha." It's
I
like
don't-
no one gives a shit.
I don't know how Cam can expect people to remember shit from like 10 years ago. We have TikTok, Cam. People's fucking attention span is about 5 seconds.
Oh my god. When he figures out the shorts system on fucking YouTube.
Oh,
I
I
mean-
can't wait. Now that I'll tune in because at least it's nice and short, not 20 minutes of blabbering. But whatever.
didn't it happen? Please, explain to me why Sean Nova won the Rumble. Ben, OTP, can either of you explain why you were eliminated by Nova? Luke, can you explain why you were eliminated by 2TM?
Because that's
You know,
I have to say,
you want
though-
to know something, right? Do you know what I
That's the
think?
status.
You know what I think, and I actually think this is actually going to be true. Every single person in the entire server, even people that were on Cam's own time zone, everyone was asleep. Like, everyone was asleep. Cameron Bash was the only person in the entire server awake, and he's like, I haven't slept in 6 days. I know what I
Yeah.
need to do.
I
I need
haven't
to make
slept in
this
6
promo."
days.
Cam is gonna
No one's passionate.
Cam's gonna unify all the titles, which tells me that either he doesn't have enough people for people to actually hold championships, or B, it's just the ultimate ego trip.
Well, it's the thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's more storyline than people.
Because like I said, Octo, I literally re-listened to the recordings. I don't know if you remember this, but remember when Bash was like, okay, well, what we're gonna do in the beginning, we're gonna get some of the older guys just so we can stabilize FAM, and then once we figure out who the loyal people are, that's when we're gonna start pushing the new guys, and we're not gonna bury anyone.
But you see, that is already the flaw. The loyal people. I mean, who is really loyal in fucking COD? No one.
Remember when WCW said,
And when
"We're
people are
gonna bring-"
trying that, they're getting constantly fucked.
when WCW said
Yeah.
we're gonna push new talent. With TNA,
Yeah,
with-
new
And then Ric Flair won the belt for the
When-
16th time.
when-
Yeah, we're gonna push new talent like
Do you remember
Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash
do you
and
remember
Scott Hall.
Do you remember when TNA said we're gonna push new talent?
Like Kevin Nash.
20, and then
Right,
2010.
right out the fucking door.
Fucking
How long?
Hogan.
How long did TNA go before they brought in like the first ex WWE guys?
Dude, the first show. Scott Hall appeared on the first TNA show ever. Which is fine. I mean, it's fine to bring in legends and people that have names and shit. I have no problem with that. The problem becomes if the fucking old timers and the established ones are constantly winning shit.
Ah, Jesus.
Yes, what I wanted to say before, I have to say though, I love that Luke Monet looks as sad as possible.
Yeah.
As he
Like
gets
puppy.
fucking yelled at by Bash. I
No,
actually like that.
that is quality detail right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wanted to win
Stunned
the
looks of
Rumble.
silence and you explain why you were eliminated by 2TM? Stunned looks of silence and
Shut the fuck up, Connor.
you explain
Fucking
why
hell,
you were
Dean. I thought it was the man saying it.
Stunned looks of silence on all of your faces right now.
I wonder why.
I'm not angry, boys. I'm just
Disappointed.
disappointed.
Fuck off.
I had high hopes for each of you. But you've all let me down.
I'm not angry.
Yeah,
Just
I
my
go.
face expresses angry.
As of this very moment, I am officially stripping each of you of the Crimson, Cyber, and Global Championships and releasing you from your contracts with the family and thus FAM.
Wow.
I'm not angry. So I'm just gonna make you jobless and suffer.
I love this so much. So no one here knows when I'm talking about this right now, but I just love that during the All Out show, the end, literally everyone gets fired by the family. Funny enough, by the family who just took over All Out. And here is Bash, the member of the family, releasing everybody.
I put this into a different context. Tony, Jimmy, Sally, I'm not mad with you. All right? I'm just disappointed. All right, boys, take them on out and execute them.
It's like I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Now, what I want you three to do, just jump in the car. We're gonna take a nice ride on the beach.
All I need you to do is dig your own graves.
Dig a hole in the ground, please. Fucking hell.
We thank you for your assistance up until this point, and we wish you all the best with your future endeavors.
I wish you the best.
there we go.
Bang.
Go away.
I wish you the best with your future endeavors. Bang.
Now go away.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, you can almost hear the frustration from those three.
And didn't OTP just join fucking Bash's crew when wasn't he like a special
Exactly,
referee
like
who
all
took someone
of
out?
all of this whole faction literally just got made very shortly.
Look, man. OTP's gonna get his revenge with the power of his super calves.
Yeah, like the fucking non-existent kind, dude. Like,
All right.
the guy, like, from the looks of it, man, he looks like he's got the power of fucking decay. Like, everything around him
Look,
just
Jake,
fucking shrivels.
You don't know what you're talking about, all right? OTP's gonna crush his head like a melon between his butt cheeks.
I'm sorry, OTP, but fuck, mate. Sometimes I look at that body and it reminds me of like Dobby from fucking Harry Potter or like Gollum. Like, it's so shriveled up. Holy shit, dude. Like, fuck.
Men being stripped of their
Eat some food.
New champions have to be crowned. This is a decision that I have been thinking long and hard about ever since Saturday night.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Well, then that's not very long, then, is it? It's like, what, 3 days in storyline?
It became, until after a while, there was just one word that I could not get out of my head.
Can't say that word on YouTube.
Undisputed.
You already said it once.
One word that I could not get out of my head.
And
Undisputed.
I G ERIY Nigeria, of course, we're talking about.
Get out of my head. Undisputed. Undisputed.
The Undisputed Era?
Yeah, like every normal person would.
Well,
Understand.
Bash, you've said it 3 times, so is it 3 words?
Tonight, folks, you're all here in attendance for history in the making. Because tonight, right
The crowd
now,
sounds as bored as we
right
are.
now, I am officially announcing that the new FaM Crimson Champion, the new Cyber FaM Champion,
Bro, the fucking... It's in the title of the video. We already know, you idiot.
FaM Global Champion.
See, that's the thing, Bash. It literally could have said, Bash has an announcement.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
That's
Omega
all we
said.
have to do.
this is what we
Omer,
need.
can you check if there was... Can you check if this was a premiere?
This is
Was
what
it a
I
premiere?
I believe so.
No. It wasn't.
Well, I may
Oh,
have had a
there's
live.
a chat. Okay, there's a chat. Yeah. So there is a possibility. I want to give him that. Maybe the name was different before, and then he just changed it when
Well,
you know
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
the fucking thing was over.
Here's what we're gonna do, Octo. All right, you create my call. I'm gonna come out and cut a promo, and then the title will be, it'll be a promo where I call Bash a massive faggot, and then the title will be DNA calls Bash a massive faggot.
And you're
Yeah,
building up
yes.
10 minutes before you're saying what you actually want to say. Yeah. You're building this up. Oh, Bash, just this guy.
PH has got to come back for the
Oh my God.
nostalgic fans.
Oh my god, you know who this is?
Deadpool nerd. Wait a minute, is that
No.
fucking
That's suicide, dude.
Oh really?
It's
I
suicide.
I don't know about this whole Undisputed Bash is the entire champ thing. The thing I originally liked about FAM when I got into it way back at Survivor Series with the formation of Betrayal was seeing all the other acts. Seeing the entirety, the difference in gimmicks and people on the roster. I feel with this, it just centers everything around a handful of people, only one story being told. Yeah, you figured it out, man. Fucking figured it out. And in kayfabe, I know he's champ and leader of the family, but how would Bash have power to just grant himself those titles? Especially if Rom doesn't want him to have more power, wouldn't he at least acknowledge a vacancy and have like mini tournaments for them? Suicide, please. Stop thinking, logically.
Rationally.
Please.
Stop
Yeah.
giving Bash more work. Come on.
Stop being a critic, okay? I don't want to sound pessimistic or like I'm just being a down on the product. I've been a fan of the channel for years. I just feel now the stories are a tad redundant. Either the story of an invading... Can you stop scrolling back and forth? Invading faction, you fucking faggot. Of course this had to come. Either the story of an invading faction wanting to take down
Octo
FAM.
broke. He broke on live stream. I just broke Octo on the live stream. 4K. He got caught on 4K. Clipped
Either
and
the
now put
story-
onto Twitter.
He said the F word.
I've heard that story.
German government.
Just the way he just snapped. I brought back his Nazi fucking intentions there.
I just like that I said that, and then I wanted to continue reading, and you just said 2 seconds later, I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, fuck sakes.
Amazing. I have the story of an invading faction wanting to take down.
I didn't even see it. You fucking did.
You fucking put it down again.
I know.
Let's stop. Fuck.
I heard the story of an invading faction wanting to take down FAM with someone who has ties to the original regime, or it's a new mysterious alternate faction. Also, whose incentive is take down FAM who has an OP member who's seen as unstoppable? Did he meant OG, or what is OP?
OP, overpowered.
I see. Or when in doubt, bash is champ. Again, I reiterate, I love this community and the characters and some stories told. I just feel it needs a bit more variety. Take WWE for example. Variety, yeah. Take WWE for example. Yes, Roman, and the Bloodline is the biggest main story, but there's still other stories either outside of that sphere or revolving around it, relating to it, but having their own thing. Again, nothing but some constructive criticism. 8 likes.
A bit harsh, don't
A
you
bit
think?
too hot. What?
What do you mean they have a main
Why
focus
is
on
it too
BH?
hard?
He's been dead. Everyone just wants BH to return, but he's fucking not.
Why is it too harsh? I don't get that. The
Uh,
FM ver-
I know.
Okay.
Let's
Nah, it
just
doesn't matter.
Is none
let's just
other
finish
than
this.
Yours truly, me.
Oh, what a surprise! It's not like the fucking title says it all.
While I defend all 4
I'm
of the
shocked.
championship titles, I will be
See,
known
this is
as
the opposite of Walton.
undis-
Usually Walton disperses his company.
Doesn't lose.
Yeah,
He
he
just
loses
loses.
all the time. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like 78. There's like 78 fucking owners to ROV. Fucking Bash is taking everything for himself.
I think we've just found the yin to fucking Bash's yang, dude. Like,
Only Walton can stop him now.
Walton needs to become a new head of the movement to balance things out.
these championship titles, I will be known as the undisputed FAM World Champion.
What an
By
original title.
Wow.
what, unifying mid-card titles that don't
You-
mean anything
you know-
because you can't book a shit?
you know, you could just go undisputed FAM champion,
You know,
right? Like, you know.
You forgot the word incel. The undisputed FAM incel champion.
Great. The only reason the Brit men aren't out here right now is because I officially cannot defend tag titles in a match on my own.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Why not?
wait until that fucking storyline shows up and we get a bash and bash fucking
Yeah.
tag.
I
team.
really hope that when the tag champions are losing next time, he just decides to fight him, just puts the belt on.
Well,
him.
from what I
then-
heard, there's a blood vial thing that shows up at the Royal Rumble.
Mm.
Like, I mean, we'll have a scan.
I guess a different Bash version is coming through a portal somewhere and saying this is not the real Bash.
Well, I mean, if you
Evil
had
Bash.
if you had a look at the history of like the chat, like, you know, our Discord and that, I actually talked to Judix and I sent Judix the ROX storyline ideas, and he actually went to bed and woke up, and the first thing he did was read those screenshots, and he's just like, "What the fuck
Well,
is this cunt?"
I hope Deadpool nerd is really happy to hear that in the near future it will be more Bash. You know, more things will surround him.
That's who eliminated you both from the Rumble match? Just know.
So,
Really? 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 That's who
Now he's
Wait.
the Miz.
wait a minute. Was that?
I thought
No,
you were
no.
looping it.
Yeah, no, like, was that actually an audio loop? Wait one sec. Listen to the first, really, and then the third, really.
Really? Really? That's who eliminated
Oh,
you.
wait, sorry. Just have a listen to the first and the third.
Tony? Really? Really? Really?
Yeah, it kind of sounds the same.
I
Yeah.
swear it has to be elite.
Yeah.
That's who eliminated you both from the Rumble match. Just know that you two are on thin ice as of this very moment, and one more screw up like that, and I will not be so forgiving.
I'm only letting you live on thin ice because you're my friends.
I, Cameron Bash, will defend my undisputed FAM World Championship against either Sean Nova or two Twisted Merc.
Yeah, we got it.
Tomorrow night,
Did anyone else catch that? Sean, like you didn't
believe you
even,
me,
already gave
didn't
away.
even say it.
He already gave away the ending. He's gonna
keeping
defend.
my eyes closely on the action.
So what other matches are there at FAMniversary?
None.
There's
Just
probably
the
gonna
one.
be 4.
When you take away all the belts, like there are no other title matches. I guess there's just a bunch of fucking what are they called? 7 Deadly Sins? Oh, fucking Antonio was in the fucking live stream. I just saw him.
One sec. Knew it.
Boo.
Antonio, what are you doing?
Ryu Takatsu, boo. People booing.
What the fuck?
Well, I didn't
about-
see that.
Ah, Warby G!
You think it's WWE time?
That's hilarious.
Tony.
Uh,
Of course, Stigma calling
Great.
a fire.
yeah, but I can only agree to Deadpool nerd. That's all I have to say. It's all about one person.
So let me have a just quick gander. I just wanna. I swear, from what I heard, there was a blood vial. Shit going on.
Yeah, you posted a.
It was in
there
the
a
Rumble
tweet?
match. It was in the Rumble
tweet?
match because he took Rennick's blood.
Someone sent in a tweet in the channel where there's like one person collecting blood or some shit.
Yeah,
See
maybe
if you
he
can
took
find
um,
it and send it to me.
Ah, I found it.
Found it?
Yep.
Alright, send it to me.
Send it to me.
What a great promo. That was very compelling.
Mm. It was so compelling that it's. I feel like killing myself.
Literally, it took him 20 minutes to say he fired the guys that lost at the Rumble, and now he's the undisputed champion. That took him 20 minutes.
I accomplished a lot more in 20 minutes.
Yeah, you made the fucking RV guys spurg out.
So what the fuck is this
Fucking hell.
thing?
Fucking hell.
Wait, what the fuck is this? I just saw Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that was Marky D.
Okay.
The fucking Hulk Hogan in a bird costume.
So much. Tiny, get in there and show them how the mafia operates.
They're still doing this fucking mafia shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Rom gets,
Well, they can't. Well,
Rom gets a bone.
they can't hire any new people.
God, this is so. It's.
Look, Octo.
I'm not
Octo,
watching it anymore.
Octo, the roster's so thin, they can't hire new people because they'll just hire the fucking members.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense now why they're constantly talking about stuff that happens 10 years ago because they cannot think of anything new. It's always the same bullshit.
Because they can't trust new people, obviously.
Oh, well. All right, let's go to the fucking next thing. Okay, so obviously you had the FAM. Yeah.
Isn't that Marvel?
Yeah, because they got it off of Infinity War, right?
I was just going to say, I remember there was like one Marvel movie that had a similar poster to this.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Endgame?
No,
Endgame?
Infinity War.
Okay.
Infinity War.
Wasn't it Porky
I never watched
Pig
one
or
of these.
something?
I only watched fucking Civil War. Was that another one? Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War was one.
Yeah, that was the only one that I ever watched, and I didn't like it either.
Yeah, so yeah.
Very original.
Okay.
Just in different colors, which is
Okay.
fine.
So, okay, this is nice or whatever, I guess. I still think the art one from Don's better. But I have to admit, and as much as
Well,
like,
Omega.
yeah.
The fucking R1 was drawn, okay? You cannot fucking compare a drawn picture that is very, fantastic, really, compared to just putting some characters from the game in for the
No, but
poster.
I understand that. Okay, but if I'm just comparing them, right, I put Don above this one. Okay, but
obviously.
I have to admit, right, there is a poster that I found that is actually like on another level. It's on another level of quality. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the poster for ROV Consequential Comeuppance.
Wow. Look at that.
The fucking
that.
states or the core community.
Like I said to Kingdom, I think the best part about it is the fact that you see the WWE logo.
Yes! Yeah. Just half of the logo is just in there for some reason.
Yeah.
That can't be the entire poster, right?
No,
That
that's
can't-
that's the poster.
But
That's the poster.
the C in consequential is fucking lost a little bit cropped out. Like there must be more.
It's the poster.
Yeah,
there's
just
a-
stop worrying about the details.
And there's a guy on the left as well that you can just see an arm of it.
Octo, I think you don't understand what true art is.
It's subjective.
Okay. Now, DNA, I would like your comments. Okay. You've got this beta male.
TNA's checking Reddit.
He's fucking checking his fucking like mail letters, dude. So he's fucking dead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's ditched this stream and gone to his D&D stream.
Yeah. Or maybe he's not breathing.
It's out of stroke.
Yeah, DNA.
Well,
Oh,
Cam,
fuck's sakes. He
Cam-
fell asleep again.
Cam, it looks like you're gonna have to fucking put DNA on the shirt now because he's dead.
No, no, fucking DNA fucking fell asleep again. DNA!
Did
Wake up, yeah? Come on. This
fell asleep
isn't.
before.
No, it's a joke because he's old.
Okay.
It's like, DNA, this isn't the war, okay? Just wake up. Fuck.
It'd be so funny if he just accidentally muted himself and tries to figure out how to unmute himself.
No, if he accidentally muted himself, the mute button would show up in the fucking voice channel.
I think like he's either
But you can also mute your microphone if you have like a device on it.
he's either doing like one of four things, right? He's either asleep, he's either checking the mail, his wife fucking called them, and because she's Brazilian, probably beat the shit out of him. Or he must have been like, oh, I forgot to do my Sunday crossword puzzle. I had to do that first. So
Maybe he's trying to come up with a different poster in like 5 minutes or so that would look better than this.
well, I mean, this is hard to fucking match, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I mean, where is it? I think Yuri posted it somewhere. Of the Requiem poster.
That's beautiful.
There's an Omega. Can I call you Omega? Fuck you.
Imagine if fucking Gina actually went to sleep and the stream is just going on forever.
And it just racks up to 100,000 views like organically.
Yeah. Even if we are leaving this call and the server, the fucking stream will just go on until eternity, until he wakes up.
There it is. There it is. Got it.
Ugh.
Yeah, but again, it was paid for, obviously.
Nah,
The guy isn't the guy is very talented.
Look,
Nah.
because
I'm sorry.
as we
I'm
all
sorry,
know,
Don. I'm sorry, Don. But you're shit. Okay, nothing compares to this.
as we all know,
true.
Sky Knight's
Like-
title run is looking like Devil's title run.
But I cannot make fun of them copying a movie poster for their poster because the All Out fucking poster was just the GTA cover. So yeah, which is fine. I mean, I have no problem if you like copying like posters or whatnot. That's fine. But yeah, again, it's just
All right, so we're ready to move on to the next thing.
he's back.
Yeah, did you see?
I
I thought we thought you fell asleep or something.
I had to go get my amenities.
Their immunities.
I think we're done, aren't we? Is there
Yeah,
more?
we're basically done. But like DNA, okay.
Mm.
All right. So you have ours, obviously that we got, right? Our poster. Yeah. Then you have theirs. Theirs is whatever. But then you have the God tier, which is ROV's poster. Okay.
Look at that. Looks like it looks like straight to video. Back of the fucking rental store. In the kids section. All right, it was made on a potato. It was shot on a potato, and it was edited with Windows Movie Maker.
It's one of those homemade fucking films that they put on to a
don't know.
fucking.
Walton, I don't know who made this for you. I hope you didn't make this yourself. I think honestly, I think Walton could do better work than this.
I don't know, man. As much as I like the one that Don made us, I think this beats it out of the water. I mean, look at the WWE logo at the corner. Like that. That's talent.
It beats it all right.
And don't just increase your prices.
Yeah,
Good job,
exactly.
Omega. Good job, Omega. It just lost you discount.
So are we ready to move on to the children's audiobook? Now let me give you a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of backstory on this. This was written.
Let me first set it up. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
This was written by a schizophrenic woman named Gail Cord.
Old Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
She wrote this story, which is about the drugging and raping of Brent Spiner, who played
Oh my fucking god.
who played Data on Star Trek. So
Oh my god.
What?
this is supposed to be a children's audiobook. So
I mean, DNA, this is your channel. If we're getting flagged, I guess
other people's
it's your own
watch-
fault. But
it's up on YouTube, dude.
no, I'm not meaning the video. I'm saying what we are about to say about the video. You know,
Yeah, I
So
don't
that
think
could become controversial.
I don't think you're gonna have too much to say. I think you will just.
Okay.
I think your stunned expression will be all the reaction I need.
We really need to introduce fucking webcams.
I don't know, man. It doesn't take much for me to start talking about some racial shit.
I don't know, Octo. You're pretty good at lying through webcams, so webcams aren't really a good avenue.
Yeah,
I mean-
I gave someone a word before through webcam, so maybe that doesn't mean anything anymore.
You fucking snake.
Oh yeah, he had to be on. Yeah, you need to be on Google Meets.
Yeah, because fuck Discord.
Fucking Google Meets.
The fucking Google Meets where you had to only use the camera, so you had to use a webcam when talking to Bash.
Yeah. I wonder where that trust is.
Fucking hell. Anyway, alright, let's go. Because, fuck, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now for me. Fuck.
Nice.
As he drove his car underneath the Paramount Pictures cream and gold arches and into the studio parking lot, he felt his pulse rate quicken. He even now disliked the Spanish tile roofs of the studio because it reminded him that Gail was far away in Seattle, surrounded by evergreen mountains and cool, crisp air, and she had never been here in the Southern California sun with him making love to him. He looked about and saw no sign of Lori. Once he parked his car, he phoned his friend and co-star LeVar Burton from inside his car. "Hey, Brent, what's going on with you and Lori?" Brent wailed on the phone for at least a minute. "Give me time to get myself together. Hey, what I'm about to tell you remains top secret, all right?" Sure, LeVar paused, as if bracing for the worst. Hey, I don't like Lori. Something's not right about her. LeVar, it's horrible. I was in the green room, you know, where we go to prepare before a shoot. Patrick Stewart got me a beer, and I set it down for just a second, and that's when Lori spiked it with some mind control drugs. I wasn't feeling well after I drank the spiked drink, so I went to lay down. That's when I started having a vivid dream about making love to Gail. My God, Brent, there are mirrors all over the place in that room.
I'm very tempted not to say anything when I see this black character.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
we
he's a
can
nice
see.
bloke.
Nah, very nice black, yes.
My God, Brent.
That's supposed to be
there are-
LeVar Burton, the guy from Reading Rainbow. He played.
Mate, to be honest with you, it looks
mate,
more
that
like
was
fucking
30
Bill
years ago.
Cosby. It looks more like Bill Cosby, especially this shot. Fuck.
if he had
Especially
the-
after talking
if he had-
spiked drinks.
Well, if he had his visor on, you'd recognize him. He played Geordie LaForge on Star Trek.
There are mirrors all over the place in that room.
Is that Michael
Yeah,
Jordan?
so we can see ourselves as we rehearse between shoots. But I saw myself being raped by Lori in those mirrors from all these different angles. Brent wailed and couldn't stop. How did Lori get in bed with you? Well, I was feeling ill, so I went to lay down. I had a dream about Gail when Lori walked in. My vision was so
Wasn't this
hazy
a
I thought it was
children's
Gail.
audiobook?
It was the mind control drugs. Brent wailed so much he couldn't talk. All right, Brent, whenever you're ready. Hey, let's talk about this at my place, okay? After work, come on over to my house. That evening, LeVar held Brent in his arms and rocked Brent from behind while
What
Brent
the
told LeVar
fuck?
his story. I started
Why are
having
they
a dream
dressed
about
as
Gail.
6-year-old
Brent
kids?
sniffed and cried. LeVar, I can't tell you. This just can't be real. Calm down. I'm holding you in my arms. I believe you, Brent. I believe everything you're saying, and I know you love Gail. LeVar checked out Brent's rear, with swollen flesh, bleeding and oozing, and stitches everywhere.
What the fuck?
Why
Dude,
are you pausing that?
Because I was scrolling through Twitter and then I look up and I see this.
What's the...
Someone actually
Okay,
sit
well-
down and fucking draw this. Can we still make suggestions to fucking Dawn, Omega? He needs to draw this as well.
He
That's the
needs to
person
do
in the
like
background spreading his cheeks.
DNA. How much are you willing to put in if we could get Don to remaster this children's book?
Oh my fucking god.
LeVar checked out Brent's rear, with swollen flesh, bleeding and
the
oozing, and
fuck,
stitches
dude?
everywhere.
The fucking
Wow, how
band-aid.
did Lori do this to you? My vision was so hazy. I thought Gail and I were making love. It was the mind control drugs. That's when Lori climbed on me and started raping me. What did she do, Brent? She got on top of me, cowgirl, and she was doing me on top. Brent, you have such a long penis. How in the world? Yeah, and the weird thing is, she was able to sit all the way down on it, all 18.25 inches.
18.25?
How is this guy white?
It was pretty freaky.
I just love that this woman is speaking so calmly, and it's just
This-
it's a story
this-
about a.
This reminds me of the one where they said that like the kids with the balls or whatever. It's like, oh, Timmy likes to play with my balls. It's like, I got 2 balls, but Timmy's got 1 ball. He even likes licking his balls to make sure they're nice and clean.
I feel like that's a South Park skit.
She was able to sit all the way down on it, all 18.25 inches.
What the
It was
fuck?
pretty freaky. Was that the only sex you had with her? No. We did it all 3 holes, vaginally, orally, and anal.
18.
God.
They scored a hole in one in each one.
Audio,
Yeah, you sick fucking bastard.
children's audio book. Let me remind you.
It was really horrible. How long did it last?
Fucking imagine if fucking parents are searching for some children audience books and this is what comes up. And they're playing this for their children.
After about 20 minutes, I ejaculated, and she got off and then sucked my penis. Then she got back on top of me, and this time she sat on it again, but she put it in her anus. It was all 3. Did you think you were doing all 3 holes with Gail? No, I just thought Gail and I were doing it vaginally. It was so weird, because I was thinking Gail and I were in the missionary position the whole time, regular sex. If you thought it was regular sex, how do you know you did all 3 holes? Because the memories came flooding back to me after the drugs started to wear off.
What, like fucking PTSD?
That's awful, Brent. They came back pretty vividly. Exactly how long did your sex with Lori last? I'm unsure, since I was drugged out pretty bad, but it had to be at least a few hours. Then I woke up with her in bed with me. I kicked her out, wondering what happened. That's when I started to remember.
I'm just imagining it literally, like, and aren't they like dating at this point?
Oh, well. I mean, to be fair, like Laurie McBride was or is Brent Spiner's in real life wife. Like she was
Right.
she was on the show with him. So this all comes across as like a spiteful crush. Like, of course, remember, Gail is this fucking schizophrenic lady writing this shit.
1 sec, I'm just sending a fucking snap of just the screen
I can't get off
to Crassus.
Twitter. I can't get off Twitter.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I still just
Brent
can't get
wailed
over
and
that
his
fucking
body
picture of a
heaved.
spreading cheese.
LeVar tightened his grip on the
With the
four-lane sword and was
fucking
grasping at
boy.
straws
Just
just to
tweet
keep
that
his
out.
sanity.
Yeah.
This is how I felt after watching
The- the-
Batch's video.
I feel anally raped after watching FAM. I lost my virginity through FAM.
LeVar tightened his grip on the forlorn
All 18.25
soul who
inches.
was grasping at straws just to keep his sanity.
Or
Don't you think Brent should tell
18.19
Gail about
minutes.
this? Brent's face became ashen. No, don't tell her, LeVar. Promise me. Really? It's too
And then he
dangerous to
told
tell
him.
her. Not as long as Lori still roams about Paramount Studios. Lori keeps threatening to kill Gail if I tell her. After what she's done
I love how the location is Paramount Studios.
to me, she's capable of anything. The brain control drugs Lori injected into him somewhat numbed the pain as
Are
she
they
jammed
brain
her
or
fist
mind
into
control?
his rear over and over. But once the drugs were off, his rear felt like 1,000 knives every time he moved. Hours later, he awakened, as if coming out of anesthesia, his rectum feeling as if it had been stabbed with 1,000 knives. The details flooded back to him, like a horror movie of memories that seemed endless. All the agonizing pain he felt when she smashed her fist into his rectum came back to him with full force,
Fucking
as if he
hell.
was experiencing her thrusting motions in the here and now, with each Lori moment a memory alive rambling about his consciousness. So real and vivid, he could not shove the experience away, unable to escape as it all played back in his
Shove it
mind.
up his ass.
He withdrew into himself again, hating himself for being so dirty and vulgar and violated. Oh God, he had to stop her, but how? How in the world did she get away with this? Must he stop eating,
Drugs.
sleeping, drinking? Oh God, what will she do next? On another day, she had slipped in the drugs and brought in the cat they used on the set to play Spot. She took her strap-on dildo and started slapping the cat in the face with it, beating the animal heartlessly and laughing. Then, when she knew the drugs were at full effect, she shouted, "Brent, have sex with the cat." When the memories flooded back the next morning after the deed,
Oh god!
as he awakened and the brain control wore off, he remembered
What's with
forcing
their
his penis inside
Oh
Spot's
my
tiny
fucking god, Jesus!
vagina. It was awful for her, and she was screeching. She
The
was
fucking
yowling and meowing,
cat's
and
facial
Lori laughed
expression.
and laughed. Spot was so
Help me
traumatized,
fucking
but they had to get a new
smack print
cat
on
to
his
go to
ass as well.
The color and breed of cat changed during the episodes due to the sexual trauma the animal had received. She would no longer come near Brent. She'd run away, and any time she saw something phallic, she meowed and had a panic attack like she was shell-shocked. When LeVar and Brent ate hot dogs for lunch they got at the studio cafe, Spot walked up to them. Then, upon seeing Brent, panicked and scampered away. Brent hung his head in shame that he had
That is literally me after listening to a fucking like Mandy fucking promo. I'm alright, baby. my soul
Can
gets
you
sucked
can
out of
you
my
can you
fucking
screenshot the fucking cat's expression? I want that as a picture.
person.
No,
One
not
sec.
that
No,
one.
no.
The other one.
What? Which one? The
After that. Yeah, there it is.
this
On
one?
the side there. Yeah, on the side
This
there.
is-
No, go up it. Yeah, there. Did you see that one?
One sec. One sec. One sec.
Like,
Oh
a little
my
bit to the
God.
right. Play it more. Play it a little bit
One
more.
sec. One sec.
Play it a little
Oh.
bit more.
Okay.
Spot walked up to them.
There's more.
Then,
Yeah,
upon
there.
seeing Brent, panicked and
Oh
scampered
my
away.
Yeah,
God.
there it is.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Fucking die.
Scampered away.
Okay. I'll get you an image.
I did not expect this fucking video to come up. That was really
Oh my fucking
that
God.
was something. Where do you find these fucking videos, DNA?
These are
Let me put it
around.
on the chat. Let me put it on the chat. There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking make that a profile pic for you.
Like
Yeah, please.
like Gail's got Gail's already got like a Kiwi Farms. She's got a Kiwi Farms thread, so you know
Oh
I
my
just check out
fucking
different
God.
I just check out different locales and you find different shit.
I see.
I do like this one.
Brent hung his head in shame. He had tortured an innocent animal
Artwork
with his
is just
penis,
fucking
feeling
killing
fully
me.
to blame, because it was his penis after all, but had committed the heinous act. He loved that cat. He tried to apologize to her, crying,
I'm sure he
"Spot,
did.
I didn't mean to hurt you. Please, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me, Spot." But Spot yowled and ran away. Brent thought, is this what Gail will do if she finds out what I've done? Brent imagined
What,
the look
run
of horror
away?
on Gail's face if he dared to reveal to her what his body had done the past week, to Spot, to Lori. Gail would run away from me, just like Spot. I'd scare her away forever. And to think
With that
before I tormented
face?
Spot, the cat used to cuddle on my lap. Now one look at me and she races down the hallway. My relationship with Gail has been scarred forever. Brent fought back
Havoc.
tears, bit his lower lip, which quivered. Gail will never want anything to do with me anymore. Lori
One sec. I'm gonna see if
Hilarious.
Nadir can get in. Get in here.
This is fucking hilarious.
Fucking
You
eyes.
see that? You see this? Octo, you could have been doing fucking call with Bash. Instead, you're sitting here watching these sick videos
Yeah.
with DNA.
These fucking videos about a
DNA.
cat being raped.
Yeah, DNA, have a look at Octo's profile on the server.
Is it the cat?
Yeah,
Have a look.
it's amazing. Now don't have a look. He will not find his way back to the stream. Please don't.
He'll leave the
Stabbed
server
injections
again.
I'll just look at it on my phone.
Lori stabbed injections into him and spiked his drinks and his meals at the Paramount Studios commissary. She put him into another dimension, so that he could not separate fantasy from reality. He ended up
Is
in the
that 5
emergency
miles
room.
there?
She fisted him so hard, ripping his flesh apart.
Oh
blood spewed
no,
out.
please don't tell me we're gonna see that. Fuck, okay, I need to put the phone away. I'm focused now. You got my fucking attention.
From his rear onto the floor. With no pity for the torture she
God.
inflicted on him, she laughed at him. Ha! I got
God.
you. You know you like this. You love
18-inch
this.
cock.
If you dare tell Gail about this, I'll kill her, just like I might kill you. But I think I'd rather have all this glorious sex with you, to keep you alive so we can make love.
A children's book. Children's book.
Children's audiobook.
It's a giant dildo.
What the
Her
fuck?
laughter rocked the walls of his studio, like a vampire who had just sucked all the blood out of him and wanted more, after ravaging his neck and exposing his jugular vein. He inundated himself with painkillers to perform his scenes as Data in the Fistful of Datas, unable to keep his legs together as he walked in some scenes, walking with a limp, which the studio wrote into the scene as comedy. Laurie seemed to read
Wow.
his mind and followed him everywhere in the studio when he was on breaks from filming. Brent was staying late in the studio one night. Macaulay Culkin had come to visit that evening because he was a
Oh,
huge fan of the
God.
show and wanted to meet Brent. Brent sat down with him and engaged him in some
Macaulay
discussion about the
Culkin also
show.
not getting raped.
After having a nice long chat, they both went to bed. It was
Don't tell
nothing
me
unusual.
Macaulay Culkin's dog gets
But
raped
as it
too.
turned out later on, that's not what really happened. During the middle of their conversation, what actually happened was Brent got up to go use the restroom, and when he came back, Lori handed
God, how
Macaulay
big
a
is her
drink.
hand? Oh shit.
What's in it? Macaulay said,
Fuck's
looking at her
sakes.
quizzically, trying not to be rude by not accepting the drink. It's something called Jesus juice, she said. Figuring it to be some
Oh
kind of alcoholic
god,
drink,
no.
Macaulay drank it. Brent barged into the room to stop it, screaming, "No! No! Don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin! You're going to get raped! You're
Okay, I think I need to do this and I need to just do this and post it in the server. Just post it in the server, no context needed. No fucking context needed.
Don't drink the juice. You are getting fucking raped. This is an interesting fucking comic here.
No context needed.
going to get raped!" Laurie scowled at Brent and launched toward Brent and attacked him, slamming a needle into his throat. He struggled and screamed. The Viper's drugs sunk into his veins like toxic venom. Once
A
the drug
fucking
started,
face.
he was thrust into another nightmare. She had him get down on his knees and suck Macaulay Culkin's penis. Laurie
Oh,
laughed,
God.
snapping pictures with
Oh,
her
of
camera.
course.
When Brent awakened the next morning, the memories of the previous night flooded back into his consciousness with a vividness that assured him this was very real. He thought, "Please tell me this is just a bad dream. Or perhaps
Yep.
I'm crazy and none of this is real. Please make it not true. Please let me just be crazy. Oh my god, it's true. It really happened. I really did this. I want to die." He scrambled through his drawers, looking
You're a
for something
flip
sharp,
faggot.
a knife,
That's exactly
scissors,
what that
anything to
expression
cut his
says.
wrist.
I want to die.
Yeah, like legit.
He looks like he already died.
While Brent stumbled about looking for a knife to slit his wrist, he thought about Gale and how his death would affect her. His face pale and grim, he clenched his teeth. "I can't do it. Gale needs me to stay alive. She'll die if I kill myself." His hands trembled. He looked in the mirror, despising what he saw. He, the instrument of evil and torture. His face became ashen as the blood ran from his face. More memories surfaced, tormenting him. The revulsion overwhelmed him. He ran to the bathroom to vomit. Out came the bile, as he retched in horror over the toilet, and saw that part of his vomit had clear flecks, like bits of oil that swam on the surface. The flecks fizzled, turning silver and then black. "Oh my god, what kind of drug is this bitch using on me?"
That's just
The miracle of the rape happened one afternoon after he had just got out on break. At that point, Brent was afraid to eat, worried about possible contaminants in his food, so he brought his own food from home and hid his water bottles. He toted them all around the studio with him in bags so that no one else could touch them. But Laurie had drugged the water coming from the water fountain, so when he ran out of water on set,
fucking hell.
he used to sweat a lot under all that makeup, so he would drink a lot of water, and it had been 10 hours on set already. He consumed the drugs when he stopped at the fountain. The next thing he remembered, he walked back on set, and the day continued as normal.
Oh
The
my
next
god.
day, once the brain control wore off, Brent had perfect recall of what really happened, though at this stage he was so drugged out that his psychiatrist later wondered if perhaps these
That's
events
gonna
may
be
have
my
been
new
false
profile
memories
picture.
that Jesuits forced into him
you guys to
just
keep
to
this in
torment him.
mind. Let's say you're a B-list actor on a popular TV show, and you've got some psycho, some fucking crazy bitch is writing children's audiobooks about how you were viciously drugged and raped.
Yeah, obviously. Father issues, probably.
Laurie took his hand in the hallway and led him out of the back of the building, taking him to her car where she proceeded to drive all the way from Los Angeles to the San Francisco Zoo. At the zoo, she had a camera with her and a set of keys that allowed her access to all the animal pens. She took him
Oh
in
no.
What the fuck?
Look at the glitter in the eyes, dude. They're ready. They are pumped
What is
up.
that? What is that thing there in the background? That silver? Is that
Elephant.
supposed to be
It's a fucking elephant,
No, not
dude.
the elephant. You know, on the left.
I think it's supposed to be
A
a
gorilla. Yeah, a gorilla.
With hair?
It's Gorilla Monsoon.
FaM had sex with all the animals and took pictures, laughing the whole time.
What the fuck?
Donkeys, wild dogs, turtles, monkeys, snakes, and an elephant.
Turtles!
And where are the gods in all of this?
Just in the distance, you hear screaming from this man, as well as from the fucking turtle.
He took it to them too. And he got raped by all the animals, including the turtles. Cowabunga, dude!
Like, not even that dude. Like, not even that dude. But have a listen to the other animals.
Donkeys, wild dogs, turtles, monkeys, snakes,
Snakes. How the fuck are you getting raped by a snake?
and an
They
elephant.
said
He
monkeys.
felt their semen not
The
just
snake is
inside
just
of
going into his asshole.
him, but all over him. Foul, disgusting, sick. The elephant tore his insides so badly that they had to call the paramedics to stop the bleeding and stitch him back up.
Oh, who? Who called the paramedics?
At least
Like,
nice.
the animals? Did the animals call the paramedics? Where they're like, well, we can't let this bitch die. We gotta need him for tonight. Like, what the
Then she made
fuck?
him do
Does
it
that
again.
mean that there was
bet-
zoo
For
guards there?
fuck's sakes.
There was zoo guards there, and they watched him get raped by all the animals and didn't do shit until the elephant got done with him. I think
It's
he's
the
had
same
enough.
fucking picture.
Just decided, I think he's had enough.
Fuck's sakes.
Begged her. No, Lori, please, my anus
Is
is
his
bleeding.
asshole saying that?
For
Why
the
is
love
the
of all that
fucking-
is holy, my
It's like
anus
Jim
is bleeding.
Carrey.
It tore him up really bad. The elephant was so powerful it pushed its penis right through his rear, ripping flesh and smashing organs.
Oh,
He
Jesus.
cried the whole time, shuddering, as the elephant raped him again and again.
Oh.
His horror reached new heights that day. She brought out eels, stuffing baby, very tiny moray eels into the head of his penis, and
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
Hey, Omega.
I mean, this is very creative. I have to give it to the person.
This is some
Omega,
shit I
remember.
could see Uday Hussein do in fucking Iraq.
This is
Omega, remember, don't kink shame.
this is some shit. This is some shit that Walton only wishes he could dream of.
Fuck Vaulted. Bash. Bash fucking is predictable as all hell. This is not predictable at all. I did not expect this when we were going into this.
The number of swerves.
Yeah. A fucking elephant fucking him anally. A turtle fucking him anally. And a snake.
You know, just from how this is going, you know what I reckon's gonna happen? She's gonna talk about how, like, they got fire ants to go right through his dick hole. Like, just to go inside his shaft or some
time,
shit.
shuddering, as the elephant raped him again and again.
What the
His horror
fuck,
reached new heights that
dude?
day. She brought out eels, stuffing baby, very tiny moray eels into the head of his penis, and shoved the big ones up his butt. Scientists
while the
later
elephant
decided
was
the part
raping
about
it?
the elephant penis may have been a false memory, inserted into Brent's brain to torment him. Regardless of what really
Misinformation.
happened, Brent's injuries put him in the hospital with stitches all over his rear, offering oozing, putrefying flesh to the beholder. His sex with Lori and her zoo animals pierced his body and soul like a million knives. Now she had pictures of him being raped, making his degraded image forever prisoner on those film reels. With photographic evidence, he would never be able to escape, and should he ever shed the memories of what happened, those photos would bring it all back. Feeling like pure filth, he couldn't face up to what he did.
This is me after listening to this shit. Like, that's me, dude. I'm like, what the fuck, cunt? Holy shit! Like, I've watched some fucked up shit. I've heard some fucked up shit.
Dude, I'm watching
you-
true
you
crime
were-
stories all the time.
What?
Yeah,
the
I remember you saying you watch beheading videos.
Yeah, like there used to be beheading videos that was thrown into the IT classrooms during high school and that. Yeah, that like, okay, that's fine, but what the fuck, dude, is this comic?
You're gonna have to call out from your job when your boss asks why you're not coming in and go,
I got raped by a fucking eel.
DNA corrupted my soul.
No, I'll just send them the link. I'll just send them the link.
He thought, if I explain all of this to Gail, I'll scare her away. She'll see how sick and contaminated I am, and will know I am an evil and awful person. Oh, this is all my fault. How could I allow this to happen? I'm so horrible, such a monster I don't deserve to live.
So
No
kill
matter where
yourself.
he went, she leaped on him from hidden corners, jabbing brain control drugs into him. She even put brain control drugs into the water fountain he drank from. She trailed him like a bloodhound.
And everyone else.
Ah, so you went to the big shots and they took my side. Laurie's laughter cackled off the walls. You better not tell that Gail about me, or I'll do worse to her than what I've done to you. I'll kill her.
I don't think killing her is anything worse than getting.
Why are you always pausing the video when it showed the asshole bleeding?
It's called timing.
Yeah.
It took a month and many stitches to heal.
Sure.
The anal sex she gave him with a dildo and her fist so ravished his rectum that his rectum became butchered steak. She captured it all on film.
Butchered steak.
Oh, how he loves
What the
sex.
fuck, dude?
Laurie flipped her hair, clapping her
Butchered
hands together,
steak.
cackling with laughter.
What, fucking
Brent
flaming
has a
young
side to
or
him that
what?
he only reveals to me. I've got
I
pictures
think
to
I will
prove
not
it.
eat dinner tonight.
She carefully neglected to point out the stark contrast between his violent sex
I don't
with
think I'm
Laurie
gonna
and
be
his
sleeping
tender, committed
tonight.
love songs for Gail, who admitted to Brent that she had
You
trained
will
for Christian
fucking dream of
missionary
elephants
service.
raping a man.
Though he tried to suppress the horror, Laurie shoved her evidence, the picture she took to the Paramount studio
Can we
heads,
see a picture
down
where the
his
elephant
throat,
rapes the
stabbing him to
cat
death
or
with it.
something?
Gloating in her victory, her rape devastated a love that towered to the heavens. Gail noticed his unusual silence that 3 weeks in September of 1992. September 15th was her birthday, and he didn't call her. Is something
wonder
wrong?
why.
She wrote him. Have I offended you? Silence. Why won't you call me? What's wrong? Oh, something's terribly wrong. He never ignored her when she cried, but he was ignoring her. Oh, it's because I turned him down and now I've lost him. Oh, Lord, how I must suffer for honoring your Bible and your laws. She cried so much she couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and stopped attending church. All her heart she had flowed into Brent, and the flow had been blocked. It jammed into a wall that seemed 1,000,000 miles thick. All she had lived for the past year, dammed up in torrents inside her, so that her heart exploded with pain, and she cried all through the days and days that Brent gave her silence on her phones. To make matters worse, she knew Brent read of her
I
despair
just want
in
you
her
to
letters
know,
him,
Omega,
and his
that when
silence
you
toward her
look at the
continued,
live
even when he knew she
at your profile, the fucking picture of the asshole is coming up. So everyone that is not in this call, when they want to see what we are watching, they're going to see that asshole bleeding.
Hmm? What was that?
You know what?
So you can see like a preview of the live stream, right? When you're on Discord, when you're outside of the call, for example.
I might just take a screenshot of that picture.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just put it as
And
a
the picture
thumbnail.
and the picture that the picture of the preview that you can see is the asshole bleeding.
Yeah, and make
Nice.
it,
was groveling in depression because of his
Hmm?
I thought I was gonna take a picture of that and make it the thumbnail, but I think YouTube beat me to it.
silence. Oh, something terrible's happened, something awful. Lord, I'm so depressed. My heart is bleeding all over the floor, and I can't stop the bleeding. I'm
My
going to
heart and
die.
my
Lord,
anus are
help me.
bleeding.
Though Gail denied Brent her body, she had given him all else, all her time, all her heart, and all her soul. Normally in church Sunday mornings and evening and Wednesday night, she skipped church for a week, barely having the strength to get out of bed. Depression overwhelmed her. Tears flowed like a waterfall. As she drove on the freeway, she cried so much she could barely see the road. The love she wanted to flow to him was blocked. Her heart had hit a wall. A lady at her church named Leslie sensed her despair long distance through prayer and laid flat on the ground to pray for Gail. At that moment when Leslie prayed, Jesus gave Gail peace about Brent. Her depression lifted over his silence. Gail had surrendered her feelings for Brent to Jesus and decided she could love him through prayer. Now the dam of love she had for him was no longer blocked. It would flow to him through prayer. She decided to pray for Brent for the rest of her life. That decision made her feel she was still loving him, and so her spirits lifted. After weeks of torment over his silence, she could sleep at night because she could now love him through prayer. Yes, prayers could go beyond his silence and the blockade that stood between them, and Jesus somehow would flow her love to him through the heavens.
Why
She
are they
wrote
talking
Brent to tell
about
him this.
Christianity and shit while there's a picture of just mind control drugs?
I can't tell Gail, LeVar. Don't tell Gail. Lori will kill her. Lori will kill her. All right, Brent. I promise I won't tell Gail. Calm down.
Why is he happy about it?
Brent wailed and wailed in LeVar's arms. Not as long as Lori still roams about the studio. Brent's voice had become husky from hours and hours of wailing. LeVar was horrified how his best friend had been transformed from a well-adjusted, happy and loving
Yeah, he
friend
was very
into a
horrified.
man who looked ready for the state mental hospital. Lori stuffed her purse with knives. The guards caught her with knives. She said she was a chef, that's why she had to carry them, so they let her through. Brent scowled. Lori's so crazy. I really think if I tell Gail, she'll stalk Gail next. LeVar noticed that his best friend turned ashen white. All right, Brent. I swear over my dead body I won't tell Gail. Brent stared at LeVar in disbelief. Over your dead body you won't tell Gail? Over my dead body. He cuddled Brent from behind. LeVar wanted to get past this and focus on a solution. Though he felt Gail could help Brent now, he could see that to bring Gail into the picture could bring in complications that would destroy Brent. Can't you beat these mind control drugs? They're tricky.
Can't you beat
You
these
feel
mind
as if you're still
control
yourself
drugs?
and feel fully conscious, but you don't realize you're drugged. Even though I feel ill from them, when I'm on them, I don't think I'm delirious. It's sort of like having a dream, but you don't know what you're dreaming, so everything makes sense at the time. Can't you see the drugs or get rid of them in your system? Maybe make yourself throw up whenever you feel ill, because they make you feel ill. Have you tried that? Even though they made me sick to my stomach, I didn't throw up the first time. But I started to realize that whenever I feel sick, it's Lori's brain control drugs, so I made myself throw up after that. What do the drugs look like? Did you see them in your vomit? They're clear and colorless, almost like water. That's why it's so easy to sneak them into food and drink. How'd you figure this out? Well, when the drug mixes with air, it slowly turns silver and then black, 'cause that's what happens to my vomit when I'm under Lori's brain control drugs.
Maybe bring your own
LeVar
food
tried
to
to
work.
comfort and protect Brent, but it was no use, and every time they
She
tried to kill
poisoned the
her,
water.
she would just find another way to get him. Brent finally summoned the courage to tell Paramount about being raped.
Oh, come on,
Lorraine
go
has
back to
already
the
talked us
zoo!
about this matter. You raped her, and we won't ban her from the studio. We expect you to behave honorably around her, or else. She spiked my drink. She tried to kill me. The studio executive looked over Brent with a scowl, as if he disdained the very presence of the star who made his show shine. I see. Lori owns the studio. Brent could not hold back the tears.
Fuck.
You think I enjoy sex that does this? Brent revealed his rear, revealed the stitches and raw and oozing flesh.
Okay. I did not pause the fucking asshole. What the fuck, cunt? Like, okay, this is starting to just
Oh, I
fucking
was so
be
worried
different.
about what you guys were gonna say.
Like, holy fucking shit, cunt. What the fuck? This guy's getting visited by fucking Doolittle and his fucking zoo park animal fucking frenzy. And like getting raped like fucking like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you never heard a story like that? Come on, it's common.
Where's like fucking what's it? Eddie Murphy's fucking character that like talks to the fucking animals and shit. Where the fuck is he? Okay, just fucking tell these animals just cut the shit. Okay, like no more fucky on the humans. Yeah. Children's book.
Executive winced
Yeah.
at the sight. My, you really like it rough, don't you? I won't hear of this anymore.
That's a
The fucking the
at what-
fucking
Look at what Lori has done to my butthole. Wow, you're a real pervert, buddy.
Hey, I am all tolerant, you know. Times have changed. You can do whatever you want.
No, you know what this is? You know what this face is? This is Octo's face when he realized that Kid Bandit is in All Out now. That is Octo's
He
face.
is? Yeah, well, I knew this before.
Like that's Octo's face. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Octo's face. Like as soon as there's a Muslim like 5 meters from him, he's just like, get away from me.
We're almost
Yeah.
done with this. We're on part 7 of 8.
Come on, Omega. I
Get
want to
through
get to
this.
bed sometime tonight.
How could such a beautiful woman do this to you? Brain control drugs. Get out of here, the executive scowled. You're a disgrace to this studio.
The
Treat
fuck's
Lori
wrong
with
with his
the respect
fingers?
she
Making
deserves.
it up,
You just
Goy.
couldn't resist her body, could you? Her beauty just overwhelmed you with lust. If you don't give her the respect she deserves, we'll write Data out of the show. We'll explain to the public that we can't have a rapist working for Paramount Studios. The executive paused and looked out the window. One more thing. Not a word of this to anyone, you understand? He stared Brent down, as if in a dare. If we find you have leaked this to anyone, we'll paint you as a rapist to the media. Don't forget, we have photographic evidence. How Brent loved Gail and how this tore at his heart. He recalled Lori's words, "You tell Gail about our sex and I'll kill her." Brent realized if he lost his job as Data, that he'd be out on the streets and unable to protect Gail. Yes, sir.
What a cuck.
The executives then produced a contract that made him promise in writing that he would not tell anyone about the rape, or else they'd be entitled to smear him to the press as a rapist. If Brent refused to sign this contract, he'd lose his job.
Pause.
His heart racked with pain, sinking
Imagine.
so low.
I want you to imagine for a second. You go to work tomorrow, right? You get raped. Then your boss makes you sign an NDA that says you'll never tell anyone about this rape or you're fired.
Yeah, it's
We're
called
telling
the.
everyone
It's,
that you're a rapist.
yeah, it's kind of called the Harvey Weinstein fucking incident, ain't it? Holy shit.
I mean,
He wasn't
is
sure
that
he
is that the boss,
never
the Paramount
forgot
boss,
again.
fucking Harvey Weinstein?
Now, if Gail wanted to, he could never marry her, at least not anytime soon. Even worse, he felt he betrayed all that made him feel worthy as a man. He could barely restrain his tears, but if he ended up in jail, either as a rapist or because of his debts, how could he keep Gail as his pen friend or even protect her if he needed to in the future? Also, his co-stars made his job at Paramount a great place to work, and he had really bonded with them. So he decided to stay with Paramount for them, for his job as Data, so he could stay off the streets, to stay afloat for Gail. He had just finished paying off a huge debt and was finally no longer in danger from his creditors. If he lost his job, he knew he'd be on the streets, and possibly in debtor's prison. He wasn't nearly as rich as the press made him out to be. The world did not know of the huge debt he had incurred before he landed his famous job as Data of Star Trek, The Next Generation. So Brent signed the Paramount contract, promising not to tell anyone about the rape, giving Paramount permission to smear him to the press if he did. Perhaps he could weasel out of this contract later, he thought. The contract also made him promise not to bring charges against Paramount for defamation. That is, if he violated this contract and thus force him to go to the press and expose him as a rapist. In other words, he must not tell anyone about the September 1992 rape or about his contract he made with Paramount, or he'd lose his job and would have to pay back Paramount any earnings he made after he signed this contract with them.
Jesus.
Brent never violated his contract until after it became invalid in 1999 because it had an illegal purpose, to protect a criminal, Lori. Once he invalidated the contract, Lori continued to intimidate Brent into silence about her crimes by threatening to kill Gail if he dared to communicate with Gail. Though he brought criminal charges against Lori in 1998, the Jesuits always got her out of jail on technicalities. Therefore, Gail never knew the full details of his rape with Lori until 2012. Brent also needed the money from his Paramount job, and he actually loved the job because he loved his co-stars and his role as Data. So, despite Lori, Brent strived to have a good relationship with Paramount, who, after 1999, actually seemed embarrassed about Lori. The Jesuits made sure Brent never had enough money to survive without his Paramount earnings, forcing him to remain dependent on Paramount for financial survival. It wasn't the fault of his co-stars, but the higher-ups at Paramount were Jesuits. The Jesuits made sure that despite Brent's genius intelligence, he had a pitiful career after Star Trek The Next Generation finished its television run in
Jesus
1994.
Christ.
He landed no other roles in
What the
Hollywood
fuck?
that made him as famous as Data. Now, in September 1992, he learned the truth, that Paramount Studios sponsored Laurie McBride and encouraged her to rape him, allowing her in the studio even when she had knives, claiming to believe her story that she was a cook.
What?
So he came back to the studio later to tell LeVar about his meeting with the executives, and he ran right back into Laurie McBride. She now knew he had signed the contract and felt herself invincible. She was standing outside his studio room door, with her hands behind her back holding a syringe full of drugs, grinning at him. He stepped backward in fright, and she lunged, plunging the syringe into his neck, then threw him into the room. He struggled fiercely, and so she hit him over the head with a frying pan, sending him stumbling into the bed.
What the fuck?
Then she tied him
Oh
down with
my
ropes on the
fucking
bed, spread
god.
eagle. In horror, he watched her undress. The door creaked open again. It was LeVar, and he held his finger to his lips to shush Brent, so Brent wouldn't give away that LeVar was behind Laurie, because she didn't see him. The last thing he remembered was her slowly removing her top, and a split second later, LeVar rushed into the room. But Brent had passed out. When he awakened, still tied to the bed, Laurie and LeVar were gone, but blood was everywhere. I gotta get out of here, he thought. He struggled and bit the ropes about his
From
body
his
to free
asshole.
himself and then got up. A pool of blood led from the bed to the door and all the way out into the hallway. He followed the blood all the way outside, to the far back of the studio, fearing the worst. LeVar stood there facing the dumpster. Brent trotted up beside him.
What the
What happened?
fuck?
Then Brent looked into the dumpster and saw Laurie McBride. LeVar had killed her. This is between you.
Oh, okay, that's censored, but a fucking asshole is not.
This is between you, me, and this kind of castle.
This is where dead bodies are. We draw the line. The cat getting raped, perfectly fine. Him getting raped by an elephant, perfectly fine. But yeah, dead bodies is where we draw the line. Good job, YouTube. Good job, YouTube.
What the fuck, dude?
Me and this
What
gallon
a
of
great
gasoline,
bedtime story for
LeVar said,
Omega.
lighting his match to light up a cigarette. He offered Brent a cigarette. Shaking his head in astonishment, Brent refused. LeVar threw the match into the dumpster, causing the dumpster to erupt into flames. The sound of the flames licking Laurie's body filled the air.
How
Putting his
poetic.
arm around Brent's shoulder, LeVar stood there with Brent, listening to the flames, seeing the sparks fly, and feeling the heat from the dumpster. They just stood there, watching the flames. To Brent, feeling the heat and seeing the sparks, the surreal became real. The sounds, the crackling, and the sparks leaping from the dumpster against the night sky and the heat from the dumpster reassured Brent that Laurie could torment him or Gale no more. As the night went on, they decided to camp out and wait until the blaze finished, roasting marshmallows and singing a few songs while passing around some
Woohoo,
beer.
the witch is dead.
Brent felt his spirits lift. After that, Brent figured everything would be all right. Just focus on Gale and try to put this behind you, LeVar said.
Oh my god.
So for a
Literally
while,
is the dumpster.
Yeah, put it behind you as your fucking asshole is still fucking bleeding.
Brent did. Brent even joked, with a happy, carefree air, about having sex on an episode on the Joan Rivers show in November. Yes, he thought,
the
he'd finally
fuck?
dispose of that devil, and she would never come back. Let's turn all my negative energy into positive energy and just focus on Gale.
Wow, what a great story we just got told here. Wow, that was amazing.
That's a classic. Okay, absolute
Yeah.
classic. You're just a hater.
Now, I just want to say this to you, just before we end the stream, okay? Because of what you've just fucking shown me, my fucking YouTube recommendation is fucked forever.
I hope that you have dreams tonight of being raped by an elephant.
I hope you get dreams of you raping your fucking cat. You fucking love so much. Okay? Fuck, dude. I hope your fucking asshole bleeds, motherfucker.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. You could all join us for watching this fucking, you know, how poetic, a dumpster fire. I mean, I got a couple.
I will never get the picture out of my head with the elephant raping him.
There's a couple
That's-
more.
no.
There's a couple more videos by Gale that I'd like us to watch, but they're not like they're not animated. It's her reading a letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but
We'll do that another fucking time. Holy shit.
The fucking cat. The cat's fucking eyes looking at him.
Alright. Let's end this before they fucking strike us down anyway.
Yeah, fucking
Alright.
end it.
Peace.
The government is lying to